Have you ever had one of those weeks where you thought you finished a project and then realised that wasn't quite the case? That happened to me. I'll tell you a story in today's episode. G'day, my name is Sean. This is my weekly update where I share my quilting adventures. Let's go ahead and get started with our works in progress. First up is the Halloweenies by East Quilting Co. And I actually went ahead and finished the very last block, which is the Frankenweenie down here in this corner here. I'll show you that one a little later in the episode, but I went ahead and started assembling the top half of the quilt here as well, so you get to see that in just a moment. If you're interested in this pattern or in the other ones from Art East, I do have an affiliate code there as well, so go ahead and use that. It doesn't cost you any extra, but it does help out the channel as I do get a small commission. So this is what I got done so far. This is the top left quarter, basically. We've got the bats, we've got the broomstick, and then the witchween hanging on for dear life there as well. So hopefully in the next week or so you'll get to see the rest of that quilt come together, and I'm really enjoying this project, and it's kind of sad to see it come to an end, but I do want to see it finished for Halloween this year. Next up is the Buffalo Plaid, which is the quilt that we're making for our next exchange student. And this is where I thought I was done, but not quite. So I've got 11 rows on this, and I thought that was enough to put onto the bed. I took it upstairs, put it on the bed, realized it's really, really short. So I'm going to have to go ahead probably and put another row, maybe two. I'm not sure yet, but hopefully this week we'll be able to sort that out. It's a fairly quick process, so it shouldn't take too long. Next up is our Scrappy Stars, and this is a project I've been working on and off. I'm having a lot of fun with this one here. And I got one block done this week, and that's this one here. It's a nice dark green outside and a blue batik in the middle here as well. This is a great way to use up some of the scraps that you have laying around, because you don't need very much of them either as well. Background you might need a yard or two, but that's about it. So hopefully next week we'll get some more progress done on that. And then speaking of scrappy projects, the scrappy triangles, we've got a little bit of progress done on that. I'm starting to work on the quilting on the inside because the deadline for the state fair is coming up quicker than I expected. But we'll get it done in time, even if I have to take some time off. So you can probably see here, I've done some work on the colored side. So this block here, the green, I've done most of the light green ones. I'm just playing around, having some fun with it, trying some new stuff. And I'm really happy with the results so far. I'd love to hear your comments as well. And I think most of mine are going to be straight lines. I don't know if I'm going to do any curvy stuff on this particular quilt, because this is all triangles and that sort of thing there. So I figured straight lines are probably better for me. And I'm really liking the effects so far on that as well. So that's what I have for my works in progress. I do have some finished blocks to show you later on the episode. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do our week in review. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you say hi in the comments. Let us know we have a new friend. And if you're returning, thank you so much for tuning back in. This is a series of videos I take during the week. Mostly of me sewing, but also of any adventures we get up to, which I don't think we did this week, but I hope you enjoy. Last week I asked everybody if they put stickers on the machines. I loved reading all the responses. Some of you put a bunch of them on, some have a select few, and some of you don't do it at all, which is perfectly fine. Everyone's different, and what works for you is what you need to do there as well. So thank you so much for answering that question. This week I thought it'd be fun to ask about your sewing chair. What sort of sewing chair do you have? Do you have a gaming chair? Do you have a specific sewing chair that you purchased, or do you just use whatever's laying around the house? For me, you'd think I'd have something fancy, but I don't. I just use a regular dining room chair because I sew in my dining room. It's worked well for me. I don't get back problems or anything else with it so far, so until that changes, I'm just going to stick with this. It's working out so well. I'd love to hear in the comments what you use and why. So what are my goals for this week? Well, I believe the one I really want to get some more work done on is this here. I'm having a lot of fun quilting this, and it's going to take a while to get it all done, so I want to get some progress done on that. I want to keep the momentum going, maybe even get some more work done on this, get this one closer to being finished, and some other fun stuff. What are your goals for this week? Now it's time for our news and events, and I had a few lives in the last week. Last Sunday morning, I was over at my friend Katy, the Greenland Quilters, where we've been working on the Mini Merry quilt together, and that's been a lot of fun. It's a free pattern by Fat Quarter Shop. and it's a great way to make a small quilt or wall hanging for the Christmas season and actually get it done before Christmas. I'll get to show you those blocks later on in the episode. Last Sunday evening, I worked with my friend Tammy over at the Siberian Wind. We had a good time together, and I worked on the Frankenweenie, which, again, you'll get to see later on in the episode. Yesterday morning, I had a very, very special guest. She'd never been on before. It was none other than my little sister, Shelley. She agreed to come on, and we had an absolute blast hanging out yesterday for an hour and a half. The audience loved it, so if you missed that video, go check it out. This coming week, I will have another live on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. as usual, and I'll have my friend Stephen from the Idiot Quilter. It's always fun to have him on. He is an absolute hoot. I love having him on, so if you can, I'd love to see you join us on that one there as well. And now it is time to show you some finished objects, and I've got 4 different blocks to show you I'm very excited about. The first couple are going to be from the Merry Mini Quilt, which is the project that I'm working along with my friend Katy from the Greenland Quilter. So this is the Snowflake block. This is all using scraps as well. Seems like we're using a scrappy theme this week, which is perfectly fine. I love using items from my scraps and not having to run to the store. The next one is the little house. I think this one turned out really nicely as well. And then finally the Christmas tree here as well. So there's 4 blocks total in this. So the blocks are now done, and Katie and I are going to get together sometime in the next couple of weeks and sew this all together. There's like a little border that goes around the edge as well. If you want to get the pattern for yourself, you can duck over to the Fat Quarter shop. It's a free download. Just go to their store, type in Merry Mini Quilt, and it'll take you right there, and I'll put a link in the description there for you as well. And then the other item I want to show you is the last block from the East Quilting Co pattern called Halloweenies, and it's the Frankenweenie, which I believe I introduced at the very beginning of the episode here as well. So this is the last one here, and he turned out really nicely. So this is how he looks. Kind of give you a close up here. He's got his little pumpkin head, and then there we go. I actually had this one made once before. I turned it into a wall hanging. So, and that's another thing you can do with these blocks if you so wish as well, because they patterns are written in chapters, so you can actually break them up and do it that way there as well. I'll hopefully get that quilt top all put together in the next week or so. I forgot I had one more block to show you, and this is John from the East Quilting Co Patterns, second star to the right. Previously I had shown you his face, and then his pants and the umbrella stick, and we've actually done the umbrella as well, which is what I worked on this week here. So these don't go together until the very end of the project. That's why they're all still apart, but this is what we got done. So that is it there. So I'm very excited that this is now I think this is block 4, and I've actually stayed caught up. So this week or next, I'll probably go ahead and cut out the next one, which is going to be Tinkerbell. Well, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please hit that like button. Tell a friend. I always love hearing comments from my viewers. I hope you all have a great day. Happy sewing, and we'll see you on the next one.